Reelection, who's been progressive champion in Richmond and somebody who's just been standing up for our values since 2009 there and calling out the Republicans on Medicaid expansion and finding those areas to work together too. Please give it up for Delegate Patrick Ho.
Good evening, my fellow Democrats. It's a pleasure to be here to announce my candidacy for re-election. This will be my 4th term. You know, when anyone runs for office, when they sit down and try to figure out what their re-election speech, it's really 4 components. It's, I'm running for re-election, I did some really good things last year, I'm going to do some really good things this term, vote for me in November. Now, you want to hear to fill that in, and of course people ask you, why on earth do you want to go back down? And I remember 6 years ago, standing in this very room, stand up beside that door, that wall right there, with Adam Parker Micko, running against him, the guy who was going to take Hillary Clinton to the White House next year. And we were just terrified, but we were green, we were naive, but we were so passionate about the things that we care about. And I'm still every bit as passionate about the things that I care about. And that is coming before you 6 years ago to tell you that I want to expand health care, affordable health insurance to every Virginian. And now we have the Affordable Care Act. And we've got Medicaid that could expand coverage to 10,000 Arlingtonians, 400,000 Virginians. We need to do that. What's standing in our way are Republicans. And Republicans are constantly voting against the interests of their constituents. And we need to change that. We need to elect more Democrats, but we need to get Medicaid expansion. And that's something that's very important to me. Also, I stood before you and talked about people with disabilities. Physical and mental disabilities. You know, I believe in the Hugh Humphrey form of government that's taking care of our most vulnerable populations. This July, this month, is celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, the 30th anniversary of the Virginians with Disabilities Act. And there's still so much that we need to do to make independence, to make people part of the community, part of our schools and our neighborhoods, to be inclusive. And I continue to work on those things. The other reason that I'm running is really an inspiration for my children and looking through their eyes and seeing their friends and their future. What do we want Virginia to be like in the next 20 years? When are we going to get serious about climate change and protecting our environment, the air and the water that we drink? And let's call it for what it is. Republicans are killing their constituents. They're killing their constituents by not expanding health insurance to them. We know that's a fact, that people die when they don't have insurance. They're killing them by pushing coal. Go down to southwest part of the state. Talk to them about life expectancy. Talk to them about black lung disease and asthma. It's much further. People are dying more quicker in these parts of the state, in the country, because of Republicans' love of coal, and they're killing their constituents. And we need to stand up and speak about these things. And so, also when I think of my kids, because my 3 are girls, I have daughters, I think about women's reproductive rights. And will they be discriminated against in the workplace? And these are the things that inspire me to continue to keep fighting for them and their peers. The other thing, the reason that I'm running, is I really do love this job. And it really is, and Alfonso knows this as well as anyone, to be called the gentleman from Arlington. You know, a little over a year ago, I was trying to run for another job. But I got to tell you, being known as the gentleman from Arlington is probably one, outside of being a husband and a father, is probably one of the best jobs that you can possibly have. I love this job. I love going back and talking to constituents. Going door to door. I do it every year. It doesn't matter whether it's an election year or not for me. I always knock on doors and always hear what's on people's mind. Stephanie Clifford is my campaign manager. There's plenty of opportunities to get involved in this race and how you can have an impact, because it's not just me on the ballot. There's others that brand new on the ballot. And we've got to get Christian Dorsey. We've got to get Katie Christie. We've got to make sure that we take our entire ticket and do what we do best, and is elect Democrats and take everyone across the finish line. I know that we can do it. I want to be there with you. I want to thank you for standing with me all these years, and let's go get them in November. Thank you all.